open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I breathe.
First thing you're going to want to do is prime your face. I'm just priming my face with a pore primer. Then you're going to want to dot on your foundation. I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Double Wear is such a great foundation because it keeps me very matte, so it is definitely one of my favorite foundations. You're just going to keep on pouncing it. Got to make sure that you blend it on your neck and get it blended everywhere so that you don't have, you know, a line. Now I am using the Tarte Shape Tape as my concealer. Just want to place it under your eyes. I like to do a triangle shape. You can do whatever shape you want. Then I like to place it on my forehead and on my chin and on my nose. Basically just to highlight the center of my face. Now I am taking my MAC paint pot and I am just putting a bit of primer on my eye because I do have oily skin and my eyeshadow will crease if I do not do this. I like to take a piece of tape and put it so that I can have a sharp line for my eyeliner. I like to do it before I put on my eyeliner and my eyeshadow, so then I can have a sharp line to follow once I put on my eyeshadow. Now I'm taking the Chocolate Bar Gold and I'm going to take the white color. I love the Chocolate Bar palettes because they have the huge pans and you use white a lot. So now I'm just putting the white all over my eyes as, you know, a base color. I'm going to zoom you out. Now I'm going to take the Jaclyn Hill palette, and there are no white colors in there, so that's why I use the Chocolate Bar palette. But I'm going to take that color, the yellowish color, zoom you back in, and I'm going to put it right there in my crease as like a transition-y sort of color. I'm going to blend it up. I like to go pretty high because I do have hooded eyelids. Now, still using the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm going to use that color and I'm going to keep blending. I'm going to go a little bit lower in my crease. I'm basically creating a crease because I have a very low crease. Now I'm going to take this reddish color and I'm going to like darken my crease a little bit more, make it a little bit more bright. Make sure you get in there and blend it pretty well. On the other side, just do the same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker red color and go like very deep in my crease, just a thin line to really deepen it, you know, to have a better effect on my eye. Do the same thing to the other eye. Now I am going to go and do a cut crease with the Tarte Shape Tape. You just want to place it. I'm using a concealer brush to kind of get like more precise. And I am just placing it on my eye to clean up any of the edges so I can get a precise color on my lid. Takes a little bit of practice to get this right. And I tend to go a little bit higher on my eye because I do have hooded eyes. If you accidentally make a mistake, you can actually always go back through with eyeshadow. If you go up too high, like I am doing right now, I'm going back through with the shade Jax in the palette, which is the darker red color. And now you can just fix it so nothing's permanent. Now I am getting my glitter glue from NYX And I'm using the same concealer brush and just kind of putting it over because I'm going to put a loose pigment on my eyelid. Just make sure you get all the way over. I'm doing the same thing on the other eye, just kind of get where the white is and don't really get on the actual red color. Now I am taking the Tarte loose pigment. It's called Fire Dancer. It's such a pretty color. And I'm using it on my finger because I think it like heats it up a lot better than using it on a brush. I get a better application when I use it on my finger. Now I'm just going to put it on the side and then on the front of my eye, doing kind of like a halo sort of eye. And as you can see, you can get it on the tape. That's why I love the tape, and it doesn't matter. And now I'm taking the same Tarte pigment, but it's in Beach Bay, which is like this really pretty gold color. I'm putting it right in the center of my eyelid. Now I'm going back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I am using the color Abyss, which is a really nice black, matte black. So it's nice that this palette actually has a matte black color in it. And I'm just taking it and focusing on my outer corner of my eye and then kind of sweeping it into my crease to darken it up. Doing the same thing on the other side, darken up my crease. And now I am just blending it in so it's not so dark. You want your colors to be blended and no lines. And now I'm going back through with that lighter color, the yellowish color called Creamsicle. Now I'm going to go back under my eyes with my concealer a little bit. That's why I didn't powder, so that I can fix any of the mistakes that happened with the tape that I put under my eyes. And just be careful not to get too close to your line. Now I am taking the Coty Airspun powder to bake under my eyes. I am also using the Coty Airspun powder to bake my nose, get in the cracks of my nose because that's where I tend to get oily. Now I'm just using a little bit of the same powder on a powder brush for the rest of my face. Now I am taking the Too Faced bronzer and bronzing up my face, giving myself a little bit of color. Now I'm going to take the Lorac palette to do a little bit of contour. I take the lightest shade and I like to contour in where my cheekbone should be. Because I have a rounder face, I have to define my cheekbones. You try to go all the way up to your hairline. Do the same thing on the other side. Don't do too much, just do a little bit and make sure you blend it pretty well. And then I contour under my chin to take away the double chin and just blend it out really well. You don't want a super dark line under there or it looks crazy. Now I like to just take a little bit of the translucent powder and put it under my contour line. It just cleans it up. If I went down too low, it just makes it look more put together. I'm taking the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color medium brown, and I am just doing my eyebrows. I just try to follow my shape. I don't have a lot of hair in the front, so I have to kind of draw it on in the front, but the rest of my eyebrows pretty hairy. So I just follow my shape down, give myself a little bit of an arch. If you mess up, you can always just wipe it off. See right here, I have to connect my eyebrow right there because I don't have very much hair. It's very sparse right there. Now I'm just going to fill it in the spots that are empty. You don't want to go too dark. You just want to give yourself a shape. Now I'm just going to brush it with my little spoolie Oh, and I missed a spot. Just filling in all the spots I missed. Now I'm taking the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel and I just brush it through. I kind of like to brush my eyebrow hairs up to give it more of a feathery look. And I have to push my hairs to the front of my eyebrows to give it actually seem like I have hairs right there. Doing a little eyebrow dance for ya. Now I'm taking the Stila eyeliner, and I like to just do this step first, and I like to just follow that eyeshadow line. I like to just do like an outline on my eye, and then I go back in with a gel liner. But it just gives me a sharp point. See, I'm following that eyeshadow line that I made with the tape. Just makes it easier to get a more even and precise eyeshadow wing. Just follow your eye line. Now I'm taking the Tarte gel eyeliner on an eyeliner brush, and I just kind of fill in where my wing should go. Go all the way across. And then the same thing on the other eye. It's nice to do it separately. I find that this eyeliner is really nice. It's very creamy, so it goes on pretty easily. I've tried a lot of different gel eyeliners, and this is one of my favorites. Now I'm going to wipe off my bake. Now I'm going to go back into the Jaclyn Hill palette and go back in with the color, I believe it was Jack's, and just kind of smoke out my under eyes. Make them look a little bit more intense and put together. I'm also going to take the eyeshadow color, I believe it is Pookie or Pooter. And now I'm just going to clean up under where my eyeshadow was with my Lorac palette. Just using the lighter highlight shade just to clean up anywhere that my eyeshadow went with any of the fallout. Now I'm going to take the Laura Geller blush. I really like her baked blush. And I'm just putting it on my cheeks and putting it all the way up to my hairline so that, you know, it is nice and blended. Now I'm going in with mascara. I love the Essence. It's the Princess Lash Mascara. It does not flake and it doesn't really clump that much, so it's a really nice mascara. And it's, I believe, like $4, maybe $5. So you don't need to spend a lot of money on mascara. Just doing my under. Gives me a pretty good. Now I'm going in with the In Light from the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is a really awesome under the eyebrow highlight color and inner corner. Now I'm also taking the Tarte liquid highlighter. I actually got this from BoxyCharm, and I just kind of put a little bit under. Like I put it down first before I put down a powder highlight, because it seems to make my highlight more vibrant and last a lot longer. Now I'm going to contour my nose. I don't go back into the Lorac palette, I just use what's left over on my brush from when I contoured my face earlier. Make sure you connect it to the inner eyebrow. I'm going in with the Amrezy Anastasia highlight. I love this highlighter. It is amazing. Going back and I'm going to highlight my nose. I'm going to go in with a ColourPop lipstick, which is the Avenue lipstick. It's one of their long-lasting ones. The Ultra Mattes. Make make sure I line my lips. I don't normally use lip liner. My lips don't normally tend to bleed very much. So, but if you need to, you can definitely use a lip liner. I have a very high Cupid's bow, so it's kind of a pain when I put on lipstick. And there you have it, a finished look. So if you like this look, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.